Hey everybody, welcome to week 5. Thank you for your work on your literacy narratives. I look forward to reading those this week, and we'll have those graded with feedback to you soon. So that means we are on to Unit 2 and our second essay, which is going to be focused on the idea of example. And so we use examples all the time in our lives to better explain or illustrate an idea or concept that we have. And so this second essay will be focused on writing about an idea or a concept and showing it through examples. And so you'll be reading in the textbook chapters 4 and 8 and discussing this week some of the example essays the textbook offers. And then next week you'll be drafting, and then the following week you'll be reviewing and revising. So similar flow as we had for Unit 1. You read and discuss, draft, review, and revise. And that really mimics the process of any writer, to be reading and thinking and discussing and writing and revising and reviewing and revising again and then completing a draft. So same process for us here. So this week you'll see that we have the quiz on the reading and then also the discussion board. And I want to take a few minutes and just take a look at the Essay 2 assignment here. So got this pulled up. Oops, let me go to the top. All right. So rough draft will be due September 30th. The final draft due October 7th. And what you're going to do for this example essay is choose a general concept or idea that you are familiar with. So this concept, this topic that you pick, should not require any outside research. Now, sometimes it's nice in the beginning to do a Google search and kind of get the wheels turning. So it's not that you can't do some type of informal internet research, but you won't be relying on that research in the drafting of your essay. So I'm not looking for a works cited page or in-text citations or anything like that. So you're going to want to pick something that you do know enough about to offer those examples. And pages 232 to 241 in the textbook really describe what components make up an example essay. So you'll want to write about that. The requirements here, 3 to 4 pages, clear thesis statement, and then the questions that I'm going to be asking myself as I grade your paper. So that's all there for you, but what I really wanted to point you towards today is on the second page is an idea for brainstorming a topic, because sometimes that can be the toughest part of the whole essay, is figuring out what topic to write about. And so we want to make sure that you spend a decent amount of time choosing a topic that's going to work well for this assignment and also for your knowledge and your experiences. And so what I've got here is a recommendation, one way to try brainstorming, and it's through a listing type activity. And so I give the example here of my own brainstorm model of different capacities I have in my personal life, my family, work, and school. And then I narrowed it down, chose one of those, and created a working thesis, and then offered some examples. So here's an example. As a sister, my working thesis is feeling left out is a real challenge of being a middle child. Okay, so really kind of the concept of a middle child what people call the middle child syndrome. Okay, and then some examples to illustrate this middle child syndrome is when I felt left out, when my younger brother got a new car for his 17th birthday, or my older sister got to help make family decisions. And so I would, through my essay, if I went that way, continue to develop those through narrative and explanation and details about those examples. Here's another example. I used to river guide, and so my working thesis is, while female river guides cannot match their male coworkers' physical strength, they are also doubted for their ability to perform basic tasks and make decisions. So clearly a little bit of gender roles and professional lives. And so my examples that support that idea of discrimination, I guess, gender discrimination in the workplace, my coworkers, my male coworkers would always double check the straps on the boat trailer after I tightened them. I had guests that would ask me, What if something goes wrong? Would one of the male river guides help us? And then also just not being able to physically lift the heavier end of the boat when we were loading them on the trailers. So all of those would be examples of my thesis around gender discrimination. So just an idea for brainstorming. You do want to make sure you pick a good topic that you're going to be able to write well from your personal experience and knowledge. Again, you can do a little bit of informal research, but this is not a research essay or research project. So make sure you pick a topic that you can write from experience. So that is where you're headed for Essay 2. Again, for this week, you're going to focus on reading and discussing and taking the quiz. And then next week, we'll talk a lot more about what is a thesis statement, what are topic sentences, how do I use transitions, because that piece is going to be really important as we further strengthen our essay structure and paragraph organization. So if you have any questions this week, reach out. I am here to help, and I'll see you online.